Chris.
And I'm Chris.
And this is
Mike Fight. Let's get it on.
Episode 13, Crisis at the Border, Part 2. So, it just continues, man. It continues to get worse and worse at the border.
Well, I tell you, from what we said last week to today, I mean, the amount of information that's come out since then is insane. And we were spot on a lot of the stuff, I have to say. I mean, a lot of the stuff that we said.
It's like we're watching a freaking crystal ball over here.
And I'm not doing that to pat us on the back. I'm just saying that.
It was all anyone who had a critical thinking skills.
Exactly. Just to show that any idiot sitting down.
Definitely, right here.
Right. Well,
idiota.
Pointing at myself. But
get my little
any
Spanish
normal,
going. Numero uno. No. Numero uno, idiota. Right here.
Wow. It's pretty nice.
That was pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I got a little Spanish in me. I can roll my tongue. All right, just like the best of them. All right, for all them ladies out there.
Just some practice. You keep working on those words, you'll get it one day.
I can purr. Rosita.
You know, that's how Howard Stern got famous doing that stuff.
Oh, that's right. I ain't no Howard Stern, that's for sure. But yeah, this crisis, man, we were right. We hit a lot of things, but to your point, you're absolutely right. Anyone with critical thinking skills, you know, connect the dots, follow the math, whatever you want to say. It's right there. Anyone could have seen this coming.
Yeah, and it's because you just blew up the whole border. Like we said last week, you took everything that was being done that made this whole thing manageable, and you blew it all up before you had a plan in place.
With this, what I'm gonna, I mean, come here, man. Here, say this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the people at the border. We don't like Trump. Trump is inhumane. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna take this pen, and I'm gonna write on this piece of paper. It's called an executive order. Okay, come on, man, come on. Watch what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna write here. I'm gonna write it down, and we're gonna start treating these people in a humane way, because that's what America is. We do things to help people. Okay, so I'm gonna help people. Okay, because that's what America is, man. Okay, come on, man, come on. That's what America is. That's what we're gonna do. And with this pen, it's an executive order. Trump, bad man, gone. He's just gone. That's what Sleepy Joe did. What did you think of that? That was pretty good, right?
That was pretty good. Yeah. If he was sitting here at the table, I think he would have been out cold.
Absolutely.
Out cold. But you should record that and send it to him.
Oh yeah.
You know, send it to him in the mail.
This is what you sound like, Mr. President.
Or just nap time tunes. You know, he could put it in a sound machine.
God almighty.
But yeah, I mean that's what they do. They blame him, you know, and the only thing they ever reference is the 2019 surge that they had at the border, and they just reference it without actually telling you how it was fixed.
Right. That whole thing was like orchestrated.
Yeah. Well, the whole part of the press conference he had about immigration, I mean, the whole press conference was orchestrated, but the whole thing was just to try and put as much of the negative on the previous administration and make it that it was so disastrous that, you know, Biden had to come in, he inherited a disaster, right? That's what administrations like to do when they come in.
Yeah,
they love to just say that they inherited the previous administration's disaster. Sometimes they do. In this situation, it's completely and utterly false. False. And going back to that, to the whole, in 2019 there was a huge surge in migrants coming across the border. Yeah, and he addressed it. He made the whole asylum in Mexico, right? The policy where people who were coming across trying to seek asylum had to remain in Mexico.
You got to wait. You got to wait in Mexico.
And Mexico was on board with it, and he did that, and it dropped the number of people by thousands of people, and that spike didn't occur again until last month. And this month. So to say that it was...
They're coming wearing Biden shirts.
Well, yeah. And that was another lie he tried to say at the press conference, too.
They're not coming here because of me.
Yeah, it's not because I'm a nice guy, right? He was pampering himself up. I like to think that they were coming here because, Joe is a nice guy. Everyone loves Joe. I'm a good guy. But no, they were coming there because it's
Grandpa
winter
Joe.
time, so the
Grandpa Joe.
temperatures are low enough that they can travel, and climate change. That's the other big thing they blame it on, climate change. You know, that's why they're coming
I'm
here.
so fed up with the argument of climate change. Yes, people, we know that there are 4 freaking seasons. I get that the climate changes, all right? You don't have to keep on telling me that freaking climate change, all right? We got a winter, we got a fall, we got a spring, and a summer. I know that the climate changes, all right? You don't have to tell me about it, okay? I got it. I live in freaking New York. We get them all right? That's the thing. I got it. All the freaking climate change.
No, but you have to tie all your policies together, right? So climate change is the big thing they ran on. That's the big thing they're trying to push now. So why blame the migrant problem on yourself when you can just blame it on climate change too? It'll just make everybody who's on board with it want to pass your Green Deal policies even faster because they're going to believe your bullshit that it's climate change that's causing these people to come across.
How anyone can believe that climate change is causing these migrants to come from Central America up to North America, if you honestly think that that is a valid argument or a valid point for the reasoning that these individuals are doing this, I honestly think there is zero hope for you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you honestly are seriously considering that that is a top 2, top 3 reason why these people are moving is because of climate change.
And this again, it's like a
I
recurring
want
thought.
someone to ask them, are you here because it's fall? Are you here because it's cold? Are you coming because of that? Because the climate is changing? Are you coming here for that?
Well, they tried that at the press conference, and they just were fed the narrative, right? This is what they did with the shooting in Florida, if you remember. They told you what the guy's motive was, and they turned around and said, no, we don't accept that. We're going to give you his motive, right? So there was one.
That was Atlanta.
Was it Atlanta?
Yeah,
the massage parlor.
The
thing?
massage parlor.
Oh, okay, Atlanta. Sorry, but no, not Florida, Atlanta. So that's what they did with that one. They did the same thing.
They tried
at the press
doing the
conference.
thing, and they tried to do the same thing in Colorado.
Oh yeah.
I know we're going a little off topic, but in Colorado, he killed 10 people, right? That was the Muslim guy or the Syrian guy, whatever he was, right?
Right.
But instantly they said it was a white guy.
Yes. Yeah.
That it was a white guy, and he was a Trump supporter.
Right.
And it was white supremacy.
Supremacist, right.
All right.
And then when they found out his actual identity, everybody went silent about him and just tried
and
to
now
focus
it's
on
guns.
Right,
now
on
guns kill people.
Exactly.
It wasn't the individual because he's no longer now white. He's now some type of perhaps Islamic. He's definitely anti-Trump.
Yes.
Totally,
100%.
totally anti-Trump.
Yes.
And now he goes in and he starts killing people, and therefore it doesn't fit the narrative.
Yeah.
So now it was guns. Guns killed those people.
Right.
Guns.
And that was another one where the guy was on the Fed's watch list and they just did nothing about it again because nobody knows what the FBI does anymore because clearly they're not a law enforcement agency unless, they're doing something for the Democrats, like, fake insurgencies. Insurrections, I mean. But going back to this shit,
it's getting bad, man.
It's already bad.
And they're not letting many people in. Like you can't watch. Like the secret videos came out, the secret photos came out of people in cages, albeit it was plastic and plexiglass and all that other nonsense.
Yeah.
It wasn't actual like wire cages or anything. But same shit, same thing.
Yeah, but
and they're crowded.
They're on top of each other.
They're on top of each other.
They're on top of each other.
And they're not. They've stopped. They stopped. They're not even giving them court dates anymore.
No,
they're just letting them in.
No, it's catch and release. It's catch and
They're
release
just,
all over
but
again.
but here's the thing: catch and release had at least where you're given a court date. Come
Right,
back
and you
here.
come back,
They're
yeah.
gonna give you what $1,100 here. Here's $1,100, and we hope that you come back in 4 months on this day, because that's when your arraignment or whatever it is, your court date is. Okay, you got to come and see the judge. All right, so here's $1,100. Welcome to America. Come back in 4 months, and here you go. They're not even giving him a court date anymore. They're just handing him $1,100 and say, here, congratulations. Yeah. Hoping that they come back. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got money. This guy just gave me money. I'm now in America where I want to be. Good. Okay. Oh, you want me to come back here to see a judge that's going to 93% chance send me back to where I don't want to be? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, because I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
For anybody who doesn't understand, that was what the policy that Trump had wasn't that he wasn't allowing the people in. It was he's going to do it according to the law, which was you can't come in. You can't have a catch and release into the United States. That makes no sense. Why? Because 90% of the people that were let in on this catch and release never showed up. And those who did, 95% of them were rejected.
Yeah, they don't fit the criteria.
They were rejected. The judge said no.
And it wasn't for any reasons people try and say that it's racist. It's it's the administration. No, they're rejected because they don't fit the certain criteria. Mainly, the fact that you're claiming asylum is because the conditions where you live are so bad. They're so bad that you have no choice but to have to come here, and we need to accept you. And 90% of the times, the judge finds that they're lying or they're exaggerating or whatever the case is, and that their situation back home where they came from is actually not that dire and it's not that necessary, and they find that it's safe for them to return back to their homes.
So what the policy was that Trump put in place was it's not a catch and release into the United States. It's a catch and hold, essentially, in Mexico.
Yeah.
You got it. That's what the deal was that he made with Mexico, was these people are coming across. You're not stopping them. They're coming to me. So, but I'm not letting them in. But, and that means they're going to be staying in your place. So we might as well come to an agreement where we're going to see the people, but you got to house them, and we're going to get them all set up. And guess what? They're probably, not going to be accepted because, again, large majority, 90% of the people that come through under the asylum clause or seeking asylum don't fit the criteria. It's not there. So with that, they get sent back home. They get sent back to where they came from. That's what it is. But instead of having them wait in the United States, they sat and waited in Mexico.
Right. And
how
why?
does that not make sense?
Because people don't understand why that was done. They just say, well, he didn't want him in the country because he's a racist and a bigot, because that's what they always fall back on, without actually looking at the facts. The problem you have at the border is you have a certain amount of Customs Border Control agents at the border, and you have a massive amount of people trying to come in. All right? And these cartels and traffickers they know the system, they know the laws better than we do. And what they do is they send groups of people across the border. They'll send, which is what they're doing right now, they'll send 25 families, 30 families over to this section of the border, and the Border Patrol agents will flood that area to intercept them, because it's families, it's women, it's kids. They have to grab them. While they're busy grabbing them, bringing them to the facilities, processing them, making sure that the kids are okay, the cartels and the traffickers are bringing their product across the border, where the Border Patrol agents are no longer there, because they're too busy dealing with the families, the women, the children that were sent to the other section of the border.
They're thriving off this,
and they cannot keep up with that. It's 101 strategy. Again, you don't have to be a genius to figure this out. If you want to create a distraction, right? There's two doors in a room, and someone's blocking the one door to your escape. what do? You take something, you throw it to the other door to make that person go, oh, he's over there. And they walk over there and that door opens up, you escape. Right? It's what you see in every classic movie. It's the same type of distraction being done at the border, except now you're talking about people and not some bullshit movie.
The Border Patrol just stopped the smuggling of fentanyl into the country. Bro, did you see what 60 grand worth of fentanyl that was stopped because of the canines?
Right.
And you know what they saw it in? It was stuffed in freaking burritos, man. It was the
creative.
burrito. The burritos. They were freaking sticking the fentanyl in the burritos.
Well, did you see the press conference with the senators that went down to the border to look at the facility?
I didn't watch it, no.
So one of them was a senator from Montana who said, this is Montana now. This is on the other side of the country. This is the border of Canada, okay? Who said that 20 years ago, said meth was homegrown in Montana, and it was only 20% pure, right? Now, and today, the meth is coming from Mexico, and it's 95% purity.
Because they got Heisenberg. They got Heisenberg.
Man, that's insane. That's an insane difference
They
in
got
purity.
Mr. White.
You wonder why
Walter White.
we have an opioid crisis? People are getting killed left and right. Right there, it's that. The purity levels are off the charts.
That's some Breaking Bad quality shit, man.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad was like 96, 97% meth.
Yeah, it's that blue meth. I'm telling you, man. It's and
Methylamine.
he had MS-13 gang members in his jails in Montana. You know, this shit just doesn't happen at the border. And again, people don't understand that. They think, oh, I live in New Hampshire. I live in Washington. I don't got to worry about that. It's the Rio Grande. Yeah, but they get here and they
spread.
spread. Right, that's the word. I was
They
thinking
go.
of.
They spread.
They spread and they bring this shit
They're just
everywhere.
gonna go. They're gonna walk. They're gonna travel. They're gonna take a bike. They're gonna hack a ride.
Doesn't matter where you live. There's a
do.
section of your town, wherever you live in this country, where people do drugs.
Everyone does.
That's it. It's in every
Everywhere.
neighborhood, every
Everywhere.
town of every city of every state in this country. There is some people in those towns who do drugs. And as long as that is true, these cartels will send this stuff everywhere. Everywhere. And again, going back to people yelling and screaming, they want to yell and scream on TV. They want to make these commercials and these public announcements about
Just say
opioid
no.
crises and hashtags, during these months that they designate for all the people who've passed away from, opioid overdoses. Yet you're confronted with the actual problem here that we're trying to solve. And when we try to solve it, you scream and yell that we're not doing
Inhumane.
it right. Yeah.
Inhumane.
This is not right.
Kids in cages. AOC. Oh, somebody think of the children. Oh, they're in concentration camps. Oh, many kids in cages.
And just in case you're wondering, that wasn't her a week ago. That was her 3 years ago.
Yeah, it was like 2019.
Yeah.
Ah!
When it was fake. When the other people that
They
were
got
there.
him eating out of toilets. Somebody, God's sake, they're ripping the kid. Look, they're ripping the kid out of the mother's arms. Oh, I'm watching it. I'm watching it right now. Somebody stop it. Oh.
Yeah. All false.
That was verbatim.
All false. Yeah, I think there's recordings of that
That was
actually
actual
somewhere
verbatim.
on the internet. If there isn't, there will be now. But
She's out of her mind.
yeah.
And
nowhere to be
that's
found
lauded.
now.
She's lauded for doing that. Oh, AOC, she's such a good person for doing that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you got freaking Ted Cruz going down there, and they're shoving him out. There's nothing to see here.
Well,
we gotta teach him with decency. Teach him, show him with respect.
that video should piss you off enough. When you have a facility that is overrun like that, just by sheer numbers, right?
Don't
it's a
take photos of them. They're human beings.
Human beings being treated like rats, okay? In a tent city that has, with COVID restrictions, the max of 250 people, there are 4,200 people stuffed in those tents. It's a facility that's supposed to hold 250.
It's like a can of sardines, man. They're shoved in there. Are they in oil or are they in water? That's what it is, man. Sardines in a can.
It's insane. It's insane. And Cruz goes down there trying to take pictures and videos, which he has every right to do. First of all, he's a senator from that state. And second of all, he's right. The American people should have the right to know what the hell is going on down there. And he's taking videos and pictures, and the senior advisor from Biden's team shows up and just gets in his face, blocking the camera, talking about show the people here decency and respect. Decency and respect. They're literally wrapped in aluminum foil blankets, stuffed on top of each other, in a facility where there's 4 to 5 times the amount of people that are supposed to be in there, wrapped up, and she's telling him to show them respect and dignity. Are you fucking kidding me?
Sleepy Joe. Joe, when are we going to be able to see everything? Oh, when we fix it, when we clean it up.
Yeah.
What?
Why? Because that's what they didn't want you to see.
What? Wait. I'm sorry, Mr. President. Can you say that again? When? Just in case you didn't hear the question, when are we going to be able to go see her? When it's fixed? So you're admitting that there's a problem that you have to fix something, and you're not going to let anybody look at it.
Right.
That's basically what he just said. But it's not a crisis.
Right.
Oh, and I'm going to put my best people on it. Oh, really, Joe? Who's that? Oh, I'm going to send my vice president. She's going to be in charge. She's going to be in charge of the border.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so, Miss Vice President, are you gonna, when are we gonna see you? You're gonna be going to visiting the border anytime soon, since President Joe Biden just put you in charge. Are you gonna be visiting the border anytime soon? And her response verbatim: no, and then walks away. Like,
not today.
No, not today.
Yeah, easy when you can laugh about it when you're 3,000 miles away. No shit, you don't want to see it.
I'm not going
If
there
you have to
anytime
see
soon.
it, now you have to face it, and you have to actually see that it's true, and it becomes a reality. Right? You see it firsthand. Now it becomes a reality.
It's great on it. You just said, no, I'm not doing it. They're like,
No.
No.
And then she turns around and she goes, I'm not in charge of that. I'm not running that. I have nothing to do with it. I'm going to go down to Central America, and I'm going to go deal with those countries and figure out where we're going to be allocating the billions of dollars that we're going to be spending in taxpayer money to, give to these countries so that they make their lives improved enough where they won't want to come to the United States. Oh, really? Because we've been doing that for decades, and clearly that's not working. You can't just throw money at a problem and expect it to go away, because it doesn't work.
Oh, no? It don't
Nobody
work?
knows where this money goes, how it's spent, who gets it, what they do.
You mean to tell me if I had a hole in the wall and I didn't throw $5 at it, that ain't going to go away?
No.
Fuck.
No. Right?
Damn it.
Right? You have to actually pay somebody to fix the wall.
Damn it.
You can't just throw it at the wall. But
Trump was good at building a wall.
he was, until someone came in and decided to fucking stop it.
Sleepy Joe.
Right?
Sleepy Joe.
But yeah, I mean, this is the shit that's going on down there. I mean, our government is just letting people go, no idea where they're going, not giving them a court date. They have no idea. The drug cartels have a better tracking system than we do. That's how pathetic our government has become. These drug cartels have figured out, you know what? The government doesn't care where they're going, but we certainly do, right? Why? Because another thing that people don't want to either understand or know is going on is a lot of these people are paying cartels and traffickers to send their kids and their family members across the border.
Up, dude.
$1 billion. billion-dollar
racking it
freaking
up.
yeah.
It's like
It's
this is an
insane
enterprise.
the amount of money.
It's an enterprise, man.
And what they do is
Total
they
enterprise.
take the people,
The human
right?
trafficking is unreal. It is blown up the scales, man. Off the charts, the human trafficking that's going on now. Unreal. And they to that point, they were across the water on Ted Cruz's video.
Yeah.
They were across the water, shining their flashlights at him, mocking him.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, we see
we're
you.
over here.
Yeah.
We see you.
Nothing you can do about it.
That's what they were doing, mocking. Yeah, you ain't gonna do anything. You can't do anything with us.
Yeah. Because they know. Like I said, they know
Now
better
that
than
ain't
we
people
do.
wanting to come here to get to a better life. That's freaking people that want to come here to do some damage.
Right. But the people they're sending across, right, you're trying to claim that they're trying to find a better life, right? That's why they're coming here. We're trying to give them a better life. What you don't understand is what these people do is they pay these traffickers money. Let's just say we'll just throw out there $100, right? Just to make it easy math. They say, okay, you want so-and-so to get across the border into the United States? Fine. You have to pay me $100 to do that. And that family goes, oh, shit, I don't have $100. All right, well, what do you have? I got $5. Okay, good. You give us the $5. Okay, we'll take your child across the border. They slap a tracking device on a wristband on that kid, right? Now they know where that kid is at all times. Then they write down the names of all your family members, pictures, where they work, where they live, where they go to school. And they go, okay, you're going to pay us the rest of that $100. And if you don't, we know where every single one of your family members lives, works, eats, hangs out. And if that's not enough, on the other side of the coin, we know exactly where your kid is in that country. And if you think they're going to cross the border and they're going to disappear into the promised land and make this better life for themselves, you got another thing coming. Because if we don't get the rest of that $100, I'm going to send so-and-so who's already there over to where your kid is, and I'm going to make sure that either you pay up or they pay the price. And that's how most of this trafficking works. And if it doesn't work with money, what's another way you can pay debts? Right? Sex.
I was going to say, if God forbid it's a small little girl,
Right?
all the raping that's going on.
30% is the
All
number, I
the
believe.
raping.
At the least, 30% of people, of women who are brought across the border are sexually assaulted. That's the number of cases they know about.
All the rape.
That's the number of
Lot of
cases
rape.
they know about. So
Rape,
yeah,
rape,
we're
rape.
going to give them a great life. Yeah, as they're getting sexually assaulted the entire way to the border. And then while they cross the border and live in this country, they live in a constant state of fear because they know that their family members have literally a gun to their head at every moment of the day. And they have a target on their back as well, knowing that they owe a debt to these people in Mexico. But we're going to forget that happens, right? We're going to pretend that doesn't happen. We're going to just say, no, it's the bad man is just not letting him in because he's a bigot. Right? Biden's letting him in not because Biden's a nice man. No, it's because of his policies. They know that. That one reporter actually went and asked the Honduran family, why did you send your kids over by themselves to trek into the country? And she specifically said that. Specifically said it, that they're not kicking anybody out. They're taking in these kids and they're letting them stay in the country. She didn't say it was because of climate change or because it was winter time, so now it's great time. Yeah, those are two great excuses to send a 9-year-old unaccompanied across 2 countries to get to the United States. Like, that makes sense to you? I mean, give me a break.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not against immigration. Chris isn't either. Okay, we're not against immigration. As a matter of fact, I personally believe that the immigration laws are too restrictive. I think it should be easier to become a U.S. citizen because I think this is a great country and we want people to come here and become U.S. citizens because it is the greatest country in the world. And I don't think we should have laws and laws in place that make it too restrictive. But with that being said, we have laws. They need to be followed. You can't just walk in here and say, "Kumbaya, I'm now an American." No, it's not. It doesn't quite work that way. All the people that are online doing the things the right way should be pissed. They should be up in arms. And if they're not, I wonder why. I would love to ask them why. Why is it that you feel that you need to go through the process and do everything the right way, and they don't, and you're not upset about it? Because I personally would be upset. I get pissed off whenever I get told to wear a mask. Meanwhile, a whole bunch of other people aren't wearing masks. Why don't you go pick them out? Tell them to wear a mask before coming to me. You tell me to wear a mask at something, and all of a sudden, no, it's not like I'm not wearing a mask. You want me to adjust it. Okay, it falls below my nose. Okay, it's below my nose. All right. I'm talking, it falls below me. There's 800 other freaking people that are wearing it the same way. And you walk by every single one of them and you come to me. It's the same thing. I wouldn't care if you went to every single person and told them to do the same thing. I'd have respect for you. Okay? Same thing here. Those individuals need to be following the law. We have a law. You're telling me it's too hard? I agree with you, but it's still the law. You want to change the law to make it easier? I'll stand with you to do that. But until then, we still have the law.
Yeah.
You got to follow it.
Yeah, we said it last week. It's, you want to change immigration laws. You want immigration reform. That's all well and good.
And by the way, just letting everyone here that's illegal get amnesty, not a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm not for that. That isn't the type of lessening the restrictions I'm talking about. That isn't what I'm talking about. I am not for what they call a clear path, right, to citizenship, which is straight out with a stroke of a pen, amnesty for 12 million illegal immigrants?
That's the thing. You don't even know.
It's
you don't even know who's who. You don't. Do you have a list of 12 million people somewhere
I got it in my back pocket right here. Hold on.
Right.
Pull it out.
Yeah, it's a piece of fucking toilet paper you wiped your ass with earlier.
There it is.
Like, that's the thing. Like, you don't know. You don't know how many people are here. It's just, anybody who's here illegally, amnesty. All right, so then what? What do? You start shooting commercials on TV. Hey, if you were here illegally, I don't know if you just saw this, but you were just granted amnesty, just anonymously across the board. Just go to your local DMV and Social Security office, and you'll get all your new documents.
They're really going to trust that process.
You know what I mean? Like, that's like the most asinine way of trying to create a new policy. Like, what? Again, you are creating this huge problem. Huge problem. Creating it. And then you're trying to fix other aspects of the problem without addressing the actual problem itself.
Dude, he's got Kamala on it. She's got it under control. She's got it under control. She's not even going to go there. She doesn't need to. No, not anytime soon.
How sad is that, though? Like, this has been the hot topic now for 2 weeks at the least, if not close to a month, that this has been all over the news, all over social media, and the President of the United States and the Vice President of the United States, neither of them hit the... You have Trump talking about going to the border, he's not even the president anymore.
I'm going to go. Trump's going to go.
Right?
I'm going to go.
And
down,
yet
man.
These two clowns are sitting there.
Go.
No, we're not. We'll go when we're ready to go. And I don't care what Trump does. No? You know when you will care what Trump does? When he actually goes down to the border, and now you're being drilled with questions the next day going, how the hell did you let that guy go to the border before you did? And you're running the country right now. Even if it was just a publicity stunt.
He's got like 33%.
Even if it was.
Of course it is. But he's
right?
got 33 right now. President Biden's got 33% approval on his handling of the border.
Because you can't hide it anymore. That press conference was an abomination because you sat there and you lied through your teeth, right? Even PolitiFact, the most left-leaning fucking fact-checking company you could possibly imagine, who never fact checks a Democrat, and when they do, they always make some kind of caveat, like,
excuse,
well,
right.
yeah, it was false, but
But.
he meant this, or there was these intentions, whatever.
Right.
Even they had to be forced to come out the next day after his press conference and say, yeah, you remember all that shit he said about all these families that are coming to the United States? Every single one of them was sent back. Yeah, that was a lie.
Absolutely.
That was false.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Totally.
even they're forced to acknowledge the fact that A, he's lying, and B, it's a huge problem that we can't avoid anymore. And then Project Veritas comes out with their videos and their pictures, and that shit went viral. And if that wasn't enough, now you have these 18 senators who
Yeah,
they
the
weren't.
Democratic senator that got his photos, the first photos that came out.
Yeah,
He leaked them.
Right.
He got them in. He got the photos in. Like what the hell, man? Seriously. All we're trying to tell you, we want you to acknowledge there's a problem.
yeah.
That's it. And then fix it.
But it's a humanitarian problem. Like, you're trying to claim that you care about all these people and you're the party of humanitarians. Put aside Republican and Democrat. Put that shit aside. Look at it from a humanitarian point of view. This is not good for anybody on either side.
No.
On either side.
No.
Your people are being killed. They're being tortured. They're being sexually assaulted. They're being separated from their families. They're trekking across God knows how many countries to get here, dealing with all kinds of other things that we can't even probably imagine that's happening. And you're allowing all this. And not only you allow it, you're encouraging it. Yeah, everybody come here. Come here. Now, of course, he wants to turn around and be like, no, if you're coming here, stop. Don't come here. Yeah. That's what you're saying, but at the same time, your policy is an open border.
It's like he's got the one hand with a big stop sign, right? His left hand's out. Meanwhile, his right hand is signaling everybody in.
The right hand doesn't know what the left is doing.
It's not.
That's what it is.
It really is terrible. I just, it boggles my mind. So I saw that stat. He's got like 33 or 37% approval on the border. He's got, I don't know how anybody can give him a 50% approval rating on the economy. Nothing. He hasn't done shit for the economy. Nothing. He's nothing good nor bad. He hasn't done anything.
Well, everything that has happened with the economy, he's taking credit for.
No. But this is approval rating. So like people actually are saying that they approve of 50% of the people polled say they approve of what he's done for the economy. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't.
That's what I mean. Yeah, but
Like,
if you listen to his
he
press
hasn't-
conference, his whole economic part of his press conference, he's taken complete credit for the way the economy is reacting
No,
right
they've
now,
done
and
shit.
for what's projected this year.
Right, but-
Even though what's projected this year is from policies that were enacted during Trump's administration that don't take effect till this year and the following year.
Right.
Half of his trade deals
Right.
don't even go into effect till 2021, 2022. And all these economists are projecting a 6% GDP growth. Yeah, that has nothing to do with you. That has nothing to do with you.
So I don't know how people are giving him a 50% approval rating on that. And then what also astonishes me is that he got a 64% approval rating for his handling of the coronavirus.
He's been in office for 2 months.
I don't understand. How can you get him 64% of the way he's handling the coronavirus?
Oh, because again, go back to the press conference. If you listen to him, he's responsible for the 100 million vaccines. Yeah, he completely forgets the fact that the vaccine came out months before he was inaugurated.
10 months. Oh,
right?
come on.
But he's in his first 40 days or whatever, how many days he has in office, 100 million vaccines. That's all him. That all happened within 43 days, according to Joe Biden.
Right.
Right? Because why? Because he's a senile, stupid person.
Oh, no. He had his cue cards.
Yeah.
He had the cue cards. They
True.
were numbered, and they had people's faces. So he knew exactly what he was
God.
doing. He knew exactly who to call on, and he didn't stumble. He didn't fumble at all because he had his cue cards.
Oh, he still fumbled.
He knew exactly what he was saying, when he was saying it. He knew exactly where he was at all times, too.
Just remember, the
He
best
knew
way to get something done that if you hold near and dear to you, or if you like to hold anyway.
Verbatim.
Joe Biden.
Verbatim.
Right? Oh, he fumbled, all right. When he had to go off
Verbatim.
cue, he fumbled a lot. When he got to read his little notes, then he was fine.
Here. Okay. Where am I? He actually knew that he was the president, though, the whole time.
Did he really?
He knew he was the president, yes.
Interesting.
It was confirmed. He knew that his name was Joe Biden and that he was the president.
Yeah, but
after 120 years in the Senate.
That is true. Yeah, you're right.
It was his time.
You're right. Well, I think someone told him that his years in Senate are dog years. So for every 1 year he was in the politics is equivalent to 7 years. So he's got 40 years in politics. 40 times 7, what, 280? So 280, but the Joe Biden math, 120. That's how we get to that math right there. Right.
20 years in the Senate.
He was also a senator during Obama's administration, apparently, too. Yeah, he slipped that one in there, too, during that press conference.
And this is the gentleman who we have running the country, who is now in charge of the border, who has put his vice president on it, who refuses to do it, and just goes and laughs her way away from the question, away from the press. No, not anytime soon.
Yeah, and Joe Biden, when I get my plan in place, I'll go down there and I'll visit. What plan? You have no plan.
You have no
plan. There was a great plan. He had Border Patrol come in and brief him on the border situation when he first got inaugurated, right? And they told him, border's great. Wall's almost done. We have the flow of people coming in is so low now that we are pretty much on the verge of basically being caught up with the processing of the people we have, and we'll be able to start getting ahead of the game very shortly. They told him that. They said, all you have to do is keep the policies in place.
All you have to do is nothing.
Nothing.
Don't do
nothing.
Anything.
Let what's going on carry itself out, and then you can work on your immigration reform. And what does he do? He turns around and goes, thank you for everything you told me, strokes the pen, right?
Oh,
and
he stroked it all right.
Blows everything up.
Oh, he gave that piece of paper a stroke with that nice good old ballpoint pen of his. Maybe it was a fountain pen, but it was a nice good old pen, and he stroked the hell out of it. Oh,
Dude.
all over the paper it went, all over.
Imagine buying a house, right? And you buy it, you're moving in, and you get the inspector comes there and goes, hey, man, I just want you to know it's a good door, right? Solid frame, right? Steel underneath. You got a state-of-the-art lock on it. Man, you couldn't use a battering ram to knock this door down. The previous homeowner put it in, you know.
Had an idea.
Just want you to know that. He wanted to secure your house, make sure nobody could break into your house. You're nice and secure. My advice to you is just leave that door there. I know you might not like the design of it. You might not like the way it was put in. But my advice is it's a good door. Keep it in place. Maybe in a couple years after you think about things, maybe you rework some stuff in the house, you could think about replacing it. But me, I'd keep it right now. And you're going, thank you, sir. And as soon as he leaves, you break that door right off its hinges, you throw it in the garbage, and you just leave your front entrance like that.
You put a person-size, full-size doggy door right in the center of it.
And you paint giant yellow arrows on your front pathway.
No painting. Fucking fluorescent light bulbs that are with arrows.
Yeah.
Like
this way.
Come here. This way. In.
Yeah.
Right here. You see this? You see? Don't worry. It's got no lock on it. It's a flap. You just flap it open. You see? It's like some resistance, but it's really nothing. You just flap it. See, that flap is the border agent that stops you, but then releases you into the house. It's a flap. Yeah, that's it.
Right?
Done.
That's basically what he did. That's basically what he did. And yeah. You know what, though? You put her at the front entrance of your house with that fucking laugh, she'll scare everybody away.
They're running away. Oh, turn around.
Maybe that's That's why they don't want her at the
Go
border.
back.
Because if she starts laughing at the border, she's gonna scare the migrants away. It's gonna fuck up their whole plan.
That was Joe Biden's plan, actually, to put her down at the border. You go to the border.
Hey, they're not listening to me. I keep telling them not to come
they're not
anymore,
gonna
but
come.
they're still coming.
They're
I have an idea.
You go.
Give her a megaphone.
You go.
And just ask
just
her
laugh.
really hard questions.
That's it. Because just let her laugh. That's it. They'll listen to that. They'll freak out. They'll run back. Go.
Yeah,
That's the plan.
They'll think there's a pack of wild hyenas out there.
Oh.
They'll run all right. It's insane.
The reason why, and I was thinking about this morning, just this morning, that is a nervous reaction.
Yeah.
Okay? That is a nervous tick. It's a defense mechanism. Okay? In my opinion. That is a defense mechanism because she doesn't have an answer. She doesn't know anything about it or what to do about it, nor has any plans to do anything about it. And it is a defense mechanism. Instead of like a seasoned politician would say, right now is not the time, we have other things, or blah, 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 or some other bullshit that comes out of a seasoned politician's mouth. She has none of that. She laughs.
Yeah.
She cackles, whatever it is, and a giggle. It's a this, it's a that. It is a defense mechanism. And the reason is because she has got nothing.
No.
Nothing.
You have two incompetent people in charge of this country. I'm telling you,
Nothing.
when they were first talking about the 25th Amendment and pushing Joe Biden as the candidate, and we were talking about how it was probably just a plan to get him into office, and then after a few months or a year, however long it took him to degrade enough where people were finally like, all right, we got to get this guy out of here. The whole plan was they really wanted Kamala in there so that she could be the first woman and the first woman of color and all this other garbage. Yeah. I think that either that plan is either burnt up in flames or that wasn't their plan at all. Because seeing the way she is now, you could tell she has no idea what she's doing or how enormous this job actually is. And now that she's getting a taste of it, she's freaking out. And so anytime she's confronted with a serious question, like there was another press conference, she was asked about parents not being able to afford to send their kids to school. And she was just laughing uncontrollably.
Yes.
While just,
they can't do it. They can't afford it.
Yeah. Right. She couldn't even get her words out. That's how bad she was laughing.
And they needed to applause. They needed to clap so that she can.
Literally, they're clapping for her. Like
I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, thank you, clap. Yeah,
dude, that's anytime she's.
And childcare it's so expensive.
Dude, it happens anytime she's faced with a serious problem. And they ask her what she plans on doing. You don't need to tell me
childcare is expensive. I know it's expensive. You don't need to tell me. Go ahead, laugh it up. Laugh it up that I'm spending $3,000 to $5,000 a month on childcare. Go ahead, laugh it up. Laugh it up, Vice President. Go ahead. Go ahead. Laugh it up. What's that movie? Laugh it up, fuzzball. Go ahead. What movie is that from?
I don't know.
That's a Disney movie. Go ahead. Something like that. No, Star Wars. Star Wars. That's it. Han Solo's laughing at Chewie. Laugh it up, fuzzball. Go ahead. Laugh it up. I know I can't afford childcare. I got it, and you're laughing at me. That's it. Laugh it up.
Yeah, but like you said, it's what she does.
It's because
nervous
she doesn't
ticks.
know. She doesn't have anything.
No. And like you said off air, when Trump put Pence in charge of the coronavirus task force, does Pence have any experience with the coronavirus or virology, anything like that? No. Did he sit there and laugh it off, try and wiggle his way out of becoming the leader of that task force?
Ice,
no.
Man. He was cool.
He took
calm,
the job.
Collective.
Right. He took the job. He put the people in place around him that he needed to do, and he took over that.
And he didn't go out there and try to say that he knew everything.
No. No, of
You know,
course not.
he went out there and did what? He tried to lead, right? And
Right.
sometimes a leader doesn't know everything,
No.
right? But what they do, like you said, they surround themselves with people that know what is going on.
Right.
And that can advise them and give them opinions and perspectives and certain things of that so that the man can make a decision.
Right.
That's all it is. And he was calm. He was cool. He said what he needed to say. He had the backing of the president. The president put him in charge of this. And he took the bull by the horns as best as he could.
Yeah. And that's, like you said, most leaders aren't the ones making the decision themselves, right?
No.
They have all these people around them that they consult with, experts who are in the fields of whatever it is that they need them to be in the
Right.
fields of. So if it's military, they have generals around them. If it's, the coronavirus, they have doctors around them and so on and so
Dr.
forth.
Fauci.
Oh, gee, don't get me started
Oh,
on
the
him.
Fauci.
But
The Fauci.
yeah, but that's what they do, and they consult with them,
Yeah.
and based
No,
on the
it-
information they're given, they make the decision.
That's it.
And
That's
that's
what it
what
is.
that's what Pence did. Harris is told you're going to be put in charge of the border, and she laughs it off and says, "Nah,
No.
I can't handle that. That's too much responsibility. I can't be a part of that, and I'm going to go
That's
and
not what.
do other
That's
things."
not what the president said. That's not happening. But president made you
Right.
in charge of it.
He's the president, right?
He said you're in charge. No, that's not what he said. No, actually, that is what he said. He's putting you in charge of the border.
Right.
You have to take care of it. It's one of your
Now,
responsibilities.
either Joe Biden just thought that in his mind that that's what was going on, or that's what he was doing, or that was the whole plan going forward. And then she said no, and Joe Biden does nothing about it because clearly he's not in charge. Plain and simple, he's not in charge. When you have the vice
Wow,
president,
That's a hell of a. I didn't even think of that nature right there. Like
Yeah.
that whole thought process. I didn't even think of that.
yeah, I mean,
She goes, no, that's not happening. That's
She's
not what's
defying him.
because he really isn't the one in charge.
right,
That is crazy. I didn't even think of that.
100%. Did he have any response to that? No.
No, nothing.
He wasn't on TV going, I made a mistake, or maybe I was wordplay or whatever. No, he didn't say anything about it. Why? Because he's not the one who's actually making the decisions.
And yet, all these migrants coming across, they're on top of each other.
Yeah.
No one's testing them for like COVID, and if they are testing them, no one's getting results. They're just letting them go. They're not even giving them court dates anymore.
But even the ones that they did test, even when they tested positive, they stuck them in rooms with each other.
And now they're getting they're having a COVID party. Like they're infecting them.
What was
left
the other
and
one?
right.
The pod, right? A pod that holds 80 people had 709.
Oh shit!
80 to 709.
It's like
That's not a little
10
bit.
times.
That's crazy. Just think about that. The logistics of that. How you squished 709 people into a pod that fits 80. And they're saying at least 50% of these people are testing positive. So again, you have a
That's up
humanity.
to like 90 now.
You have yeah, exactly.
After that whole pod is like gone. Like they're all infected.
Right. Yeah, you have a humanitarian crisis with everything we mentioned before, but from murders to ransom to sexual
Yeah, now
assaults
throw
to
COVID
child
on.
trafficking.
Now throw COVID
Now
on.
you have that where again, everything always comes back to this nursing home shit where you're doing the same fucking thing. The same thing. Let's take all these COVID positive people and we'll just throw them in a pod over here with some other people and we'll just let them sleep there for a week. It makes no sense. No fucking sense. And nobody is trying to ask any questions. They ask one question. They try to be tough. He gets that reporter got her answer. She didn't even try to press him on his answer.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope.
Okay, we'll just accept it.
Yep.
I mean,
That's
are
it.
you kidding me? The one time the media is not allowed to go down there and do their job. They're not allowed to do their job, and not one reporter
no one's up in
cares.
arms.
Nobody cares.
No one's up in arms.
No, because they'll gladly wait until they empty out one of these pods. They put 3 kids in there with a playpen and
like he
4
said.
teachers.
You'll be allowed to go in when we fix it.
Right. And then everyone go, "Oh my God! Look, all the rumors about how terrible it was—they're all fake. It was all conspiracy theories from the right, right? The Republicans, the bad Republicans. They just made it all up,
Right-wing talking
right?
points.
And they'll try and pass it off like it was all fake. And again, Biden becomes the savior of everybody again. It's all garbage, man.
Grandpa Biden.
They
Grandpa
don't
Biden.
care about these people.
The border's bad. It's getting worse. Keep your eyes out. Listen to all the reports. Look it out there. Educate yourselves. Leave us some comments in the comment section. What do you think? What are your thoughts about the crisis? Do you think Joe's doing a good job? Do you what is your opinion on the whole crisis? What do you think we can do to solve it? Give us some insight. With that, we're out. I'm Chris.
And I'm Chris. And this is where we drop the mic.